first case of AFib, first man to walk into the flagship store of Apple. I just saw he also tweeted our photo. So that was
5 times a week to WWDC.
Yeah. Tim instantly replied within a few hours.
And it did continuously this time that I need a replacement of the mitral valve. This isn't what I asked for.
What's the first thing you told Tim Cook?
Thanks a lot for saving my life.
So we're right now standing in front of the Apple Saket store, and Siddharth was one of the first visitors at the store, and Tim Cook himself, the Tim Cook himself, shook his hands and welcomed him into the store. Please share the experience.
It was phenomenal. I mean, I've been, there's a backstory to it. We've been connected with Apple formerly because of my employments, and later on because of my dad's entire experience with the Apple Watch that has been well documented. It was the first case of AFib, or atrial fibrillation, because of which this connection happened, and it was completely surreal. Obviously, when I got a call that the Apple store is opening and we need to be here, I expected something big, but it was beyond my expectations. It was brilliant. I was literally the first man to walk into the flagship store of Apple at the national capital in Delhi, and welcomed by none other than Tim Cook. Tim remembered me and recognized Dad, shook hands with him, instantly said, "How are you?" asked about him. The fact that he remembers that personal touch that he gave to the entire experience was wonderful. Right. I just saw he also tweeted our photo. So that was also, that's the icing on the cake. So.
Right. So I mean, like, in the entire experience, so the Apple Saket store is over here, and your interaction with Tim Cook. You know, if you want to weigh it, is it, how would you weigh it?
I'd say the interaction with Tim Cook and Deirdre O'Brien, the SVP for People and Retail, I think it is unmatchable. You know why? I'll tell you, because why this is so important. You know, both BKC and these store launches. Previously, meeting Tim Cook was next to impossible. The only way you could do that was at WWDC, the Worldwide Developers Conference. But going there would mean you would have to be enrolled as a computer science student. If you aren't one, then you will have to fly down all the way to California. And then, you know,
the entire process of WWDC.
Buy a ticket.
You also have been to WWDC for quite some time, right?
Yeah, quite a few times. In fact, 5 times.
5 times a week to WWDC.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Tim Cook over there?
I have seen him on stage, shook hands once, but that was because I was a part of a mob and Tim was just walking by at Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. And all I could do was just, you know, took my hand out, and Tim just...
You also wrote to Tim Cook about your dad's condition and how the Apple Watch saved him. Can you just share that story? And he replied back as well, right?
Yes, that's wonderful, because so I've been writing to Tim often to describe my personal emotions or experience around Apple. And I would, say anyone who loves Apple should do that. But it's not all the time that you get a reply from him. And obviously because he's so busy. So this time around, when my dad's condition happened, I wrote to Craig Federighi, who is very prompt in replying. He's the SVP for software engineering, popularly known as Air Force One at the WWDC conferences because of his trademark hairstyle. So he CC'd Tim in an email after that, and I wrote back, and Tim instantly replied within a few hours. And not just that was a one-liner reply. He also made sure that when I reply, he wrote back to me and told me that we'd like to document this and take it forward. So the fact that a conglomerate like Apple takes personal interest in the lives of individual customers, it's beyond imagination.
Can you just share the background story about how the Apple Watch saved your life, sir?
Way back in, the story goes like 3rd of July 2020. This is when there was a beep sound on my watch early in the morning. I normally wear a watch to sleep in the night because of health issues like blood circulation and all, and blood pressure. But in order to monitor that, I was wearing this watch which my son gave as a fitness equipment. And 3rd of July, when it beeped at 4:45 in the morning, I thought it was a message on my mobile, so I ignored it. But then an hour later, it gave me a reminder, and it beeped continuously this time, erratic. And I tried to switch it off. I showed it to my son, who was in the house somewhere else, and he checked the mobile. He said it's an erratic ECG. I think we need to talk to the doctor. We spoke to the cardiologist, kind enough to come on the phone, and they said we should have some diagnostics done at the hospital, local CHL hospital, Indore. Dr. Kirish Kauthekar, my cardiologist, they gave me a thorough checkup. After that, Dr. Manish Porwal, another leading surgeon in Indore, said that I need a replacement of the mitral valve.
Right.
So thanks to the Apple Watch, that my life has been saved. And this news has been covered by so many papers around, but then
And,
this isn't what I asked for. This
Right.
is something else.
so you met Tim Cook today. What is the first thing you told Tim Cook?
Well, I had no words to say anything except thanks a lot for saving my life.
So this was one of the first visitors at the Apple Saket stores today at the Select City Walk Mall. Thank you so much for your time, sir. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you.